Ezra chapter 8. These are now the chief of their fathers. This is the genealogy of them that went up with me from Babylon in the reign of Artaxerxes the king. Alright, so these are the people as Ezra is traveling himself to Jerusalem. He's leaving King Artaxerxes. The wonderful chapter we read yesterday. Of the sons of Phinehas, Gershom. Of the sons of Ithamar, Daniel. That's not Daniel, the book of Daniel. Of the sons of David, Hattush. The sons of Shechaniah. Of the sons of Pharesh, Zechariah. And with him were reckoned by genealogy of the males 150. Of the sons of Paramoab Ethabai, the sons of Zerahiah, and with him 200 males. So Ezra is not traveling alone. And the sons of Shechaniah, the sons of Jehaziel, and with him 300 males. The sons also of Adin, Ebed, the son of Jonathan, and with him 50 males. The sons of Elam, Jeshua, the son of Athilah, and with him 70 males. Of the sons of Shephaniah, Zebediah, the son of Michael, and with him 80 males. Score is 20, so that would be 80 males. The sons of Joab, Obadiah, the son of Jehiel, with him 218 males. The sons of Shelomith, the sons of Jephthah, and with him 103 males. And the sons of Bediah, Zechariah, the son of Bediah, and with him 28 males. And sons of Azgad, Jothanim, the son of Hakatiah, and with him 110 males. Now, these names and these genealogies that are running, there are names mentioned, and then there's just numbers given. Why? Well, for as far as the genealogy, I have no idea. As far as the Christian, there are some Christians whose names stand out. And then there are just other Christians, you're just a number, as the old expression goes. You didn't do anything, so you don't get nothing. Then there are just Christians that are numbers, and they've done a great deal. I mean, when you read Fox's Book of Martyrs, that's not just all the names. That's the ones that they could find and record. Just because your name is not named, it doesn't mean that God doesn't acknowledge you. Matter of fact, in this day and age, if your name is named, you may be on the wrong side. If your name is named because of gossip or anything else, well, maybe you're on the good side, going by the current conditions. God knows. And the sons of Azgad, again, verse 12, Jonathan, the son of Hiktat, with him 110 males. And it's amazing that, I don't know if God is rounding off, or the fact is that there's an exact number. It's not 80 males. As you see in the book of Numbers, how that gives you, the hundreds, the tens, and the ones. Is Ezra rounding off, or probably, I would assume, out of this population, I don't think he counted everyone by a head poll. And the sons also of Bigvale, Uthai, and Zibbub, with them 70 males. Well, there's a total of 1,500 males. It's not counting the women. And you figure, well, we won't even do any figuring. Just there's 1,500 males. And I gathered them together to the river that runneth to Ahava. And there abode we in tents 3 days. And I viewed the people and the priests, and found there none of the son of Levi. There's no priest there. There are common people, but no priest. Then sent I for Eleazar, and Ario, and Shemaiah, and Elnathan, and for Jarib, and for Elnathan. Let me read his name. And for Nathan, and for Zechariah, and for Meshullam, chief men, and for Zerubbabel, and for Elnathan, men of understanding. Elnathan shows up 3 or 4 times in that verse. He calls for the man of understanding. He calls for the chief men. He wants answers. He wants to find out, where are the priests? And I sent them with commandment unto Iddo, the chief of the place Caspia, and told them what they should say unto Iddo, and to his brethren the Nethinims, at the place of Caspia, that they should bring unto us ministers for the house of our God. The temple's built. Ezra's on his way to Jerusalem, and he looks around like, where are the priests? And by the good hand of our God upon us, they brought us a man of understanding, of the sons of Mahali, the son of Levi, the son of Israel, the son of Shebiah, with his sons and his brethren, 18. Well, there's a whole number, 18. And Hashabiah, and with him Jeshaiah, the sons of Merari, his brethren, and his sons, 20. Well, you know, that's not a round number. In verse 18, we were told 18. Verse 18, you see 18. 6 plus 6 plus 6 is 18. That might be something interesting looking at. Also the Nephilims, whom David and the princes had appointed for the service of the Levites, 220 Nephilims. All of them were expressed by name, so they knew who they were. Right now, you can't do that in Israel. You can tell them by name, but you can't tell them what tribe they are. Then I proclaim a fast there at the river Ahava, that we might afflict ourselves before our God. Now that's exactly what a fast is. You're afflicting yourself. You're denying yourself food and drink to tell God you're very serious on a prayer. You're very serious on a matter. They're about to go on a journey. And this journey is 4 months approximately long. You're going to run into a lot of caravans. You'll run into Ishmaelites. You'll run into robbers. Jesus told you a parable of the Good Samaritan, where there's one guy, he's out on the road and he gets beat up and robbed. You didn't have, police and sheriffs and armies patrolling the area. You're entering into a bad. Even Paul said in his pearls of his countrymen, pearls of robbers, pearls of all kinds of people. I mean, you want to talk about road rage? There was a rage back then when you were left to die and all your goods were taken. Remember, Ezra's going to be. We're going to see in this chapter. He's going to carry some goods. Thieves and robbers would love to break in. To seek him a right way for us. Which way do you want us to go, Lord? Lord, you know. Maybe you don't want us to take the way that everybody goes. Maybe that the road is shut down and we need to go to a detour because God knows something that we don't. Before they're going on this trip, they pray and fast. And for our little ones. So when you give it a number as 1,500 males, well, you're not counting the wives and the children. There's more than 1,500. Like when you get the numbers of 5,000 that Jesus fed. Well, it says besides women and children. It wasn't just 5,000. And for all our substance. For I was ashamed to require of the king a band of soldiers and horsemen to help us against the enemy in the way. Now look at that. He's already telling you, listen, we're going on a hazardous trip here, and I'm ashamed to ask the king for protection because I just told him our God is able to deliver thee. Our God's able to deliver thee, but can I have soldiers? And Christians sing today in the church house, our God is able to deliver thee. And then, when they're in trouble, they go run to a bottle of pills. They go run to alcohol. They go run to the shrink. They go run to anything but the God that they sing about. A lot of people in the church house, when they sing those hymns, don't realize and they're condemning themselves. Imagine a Christian singing Sweet Hour of Prayer and he doesn't have a prayer life. Standing before Jesus Christ. Well, let's see, that's 45 failed Sweet Hour prayers. What do you mean, Lord? Well, you sang that hymn 45 times in your church in your lifetime. You didn't pray to me once. Never mind an hour. Imagine that. Imagine a church getting up and singing every week, I surrender all, for an altar call, and half or 3/4 of people in the church don't surrender all. And going to make them stand before Jesus Christ and give an account to I surrender all. Imagine the words in that hymn, the world behind me. 99% of the Christians in that church are singing that hymn. The world behind me? As soon as they get out of church, they're going to go run to the worldly restaurant. Monday morning, they're going to go right back in the world. So he's telling you that the way they're going is hazardous. Like I said, read what Paul wrote about the pearls of his life. There were thieves and robbers in that list. Thieves and robbers have been excellent, if I can use that word. I believe it's on the coast of Maine. Maybe Greenland or Iceland, I forget what it is. But there would be these bandits. And what they would do is they would find a rocky shore and they would light a light. And a boat would see the light. And they would think, hey, there's a lighthouse. Head for the light. And they head for the light and they'll crash in the rocks. And these people will turn off the light, go down on the shore, kill anybody that survived, and gather all the riches from that shipwreck. And go on and go find another place. I mean, if you think in America you get your purse snatched, that's something new. That's not new. You wait till America fails if the Lord tarries when we can't afford police officers. Can't afford them now. And they're not doing their job now. They got to protect and serve. My right eyeball. Because we had spoken unto the king, saying, the hand of our God is upon all, them for good that seek him. But his power and his wrath is against all them that forsake him. This is what Ezra told the king. No, we don't need to. Thank you very much, Your Honor, sir. But we have a God that's more powerful than your army. You know what Ezra's saying right there? Is there something in the law? There's something in the Psalms. There's even something in the Proverbs saying, listen, you don't rely on man, you don't rely on horses, you rely on God. And when these people get to Jerusalem and the king gets word like they made it safely and nothing was stolen, that's a testimony to the king about the God in heaven. You didn't need radio and telephones and television that people be, hey, there's gold and silver coming. Let's go get it. But God protected them. How many times would there be in history Wells Fargo when they crisscrossed back across America? How many times they were probably robbed? Somebody found out that in that coach there's money, there's a bag of money, there's a bag of gold, and they would rob it. There are people here to say, listen, they're going to carry gold and silver, but God is going to protect them. So we fasted and besought our God for this. And he, God, was entreated of us. So the fast and the prayer was for protection along the route. They didn't fast and pray for more gold, more silver, a Corvette to get them there quicker. They didn't pray and fast for more people to join the group. They prayed and fasted, Lord, we're going into treacherous territory. This is your stuff. If it gets stolen, it's your fault. Thank you. We're going to be leaving in the morning. I mean, God, this is your stuff. We told the king, you're a merciful God. You're a mightyful God. And if your stuff gets stolen, your name is mud, not ours. Then I separated 12 of the chief of the priests, Shebiah, Hashabiah, and 10 of their brethren with him. Now notice he names 2 names, but he didn't name the other 10. Oh, I didn't get my name mentioned. So what? You were counted. Well, I went and did this for, I went and knocked on church, the pastor didn't mention my name, or I passed out tracts, no one took. You were in the count of God. You don't have to have your name taken. There are some people who are going to go up and shake your hand. In the other group, they're going to cuss you out. Some people are going to want your picture taken with them, and other people not. It's a wonderful life serving the Lord. Sometimes you get some recognition. Sometimes you got to wait till you get home to glory to get the recognition. Well, whatever you do, don't get paid now. Don't look for pay now. Don't go do it just so, because the pastor mentions names, I'll go do it and my name will be mentioned. That's it. You lost your reward. Be careful. And weighed unto them the silver. Now, wouldn't you think that thieves and robbers would be interested now? And gold. Oh, silver and gold. And the vessels, even the offerings of the house of our God. Offerings, money, cash, moolah. Silver and gold and money. Wouldn't you think they'd be interested in this little caravan? See why they prayed and fasted? Which the king and his counselors and his lords and all Israel there present had offered. It's a lot of money there. Over 1,500 men made an offering. In America, that would be $1,500, $1 a piece. George Washington spends his whole time in church. The rest of his money family gets to go over the world. And I even weighed unto their hands 650 talents of silver. And the silver vessels 100 talents, and of gold 100 talents. It's even told how much they had. Even more booty for them. I mean, for the thieves and robbers to come in and get their eyes opened up. Also 20 basins of gold, so not just money, but, here are golden basins, and 1,000 drams and 2,000 of fine copper, precious as gold. Copper today is precious. They are going into houses today that are not inhabited, stealing the copper so they can get money at the junkyard. 2013, this copper would have been sold, melted, and put into pots and pans and other knickknacks, paddywhacks, give the dog a bone. And I said unto them, ye are holy unto the Lord. The vessels are holy also. So this is God's property. Woe be to the one that does take it. And the silver and the gold are a freewill offering unto the Lord God of our fathers. So this is all God's. Woe be to the priest that says, hey, I have to put my hand into the till. You pull your hand out and find out you ain't got no hand no more. And you ain't got a soul no more because it went to hell. Watch ye and keep them. So just because you pray and fast doesn't mean that when you go on the journey you don't watch. Doesn't mean that God is going to stop every thief and every lion and every person. You're going to have to fight. You're going to have to change your route. You're going to have to do something. Listen, just because you're saved doesn't mean, hey, life is wonderful, great now. I don't need to see the doctor no more. I have no more bills to pay. I'm just hunky-dory, great and going, just walk through life singing, I got the whole world in my hand. It's not how it is. He said, but they prayed and fast. Still got to watch ye and keep thee. There are some battles God will take care of us, and there are some battles that God will put in our lives for whatever reason. Test our faith, to strengthen us, give us a little encouragement, whatever it is. But we're not all going to walk through the Christian life as no problems and no, that's a lie. Until ye weigh them before the chief of the priests and the Levites and the chief of the fathers of Israel at Jerusalem, in the chambers of the house of the Lord. Now look at that. Christian, the Bible says we are given talents. Some 10, some 5, some 1. And when you get to Jesus Christ, the talents that God gave you in this life are going to be weighed out. You have better given all your talents to God. Find wanting. If one of these guys show up at the temple and 1 gram was missing, where did that gram of silver or gold go? I gave you 10 grams. You're missing. Where is it? You're going to be held accountable when you get there. This is what you call stewardship. Imagine a guy on a luxury liner given a costly set of pearl necklace to watch. And as he's walking down the deck, he's flinging it in his hand, having a good time, and then boom, goes right into the ocean. Now, when the owner of those pearls come up and say, okay, where are they? Every Christian is given a talent. The first talent is the talent of prayer. You can't say you're without talent. I don't know how to play a musical instrument, or I can't talk. But no, you can pray. That is something that a bedridden Christian that probably who can't get out of bed for the rest of his life can do. That's a talent that you can do if you're blind, deaf, or dumb. You can't speak. Everything that God's giving you to do that's in this book, you'll be held accountable. And if you know Ezra's character as we study Ezra, you know he would make sure you give an account. If you lost something, you better have a reason why you lost it. And not only that, we've already been told that this is God's stuff. He's going to have to give an account to God. You know, if your church takes money in the name of God and misuses it, that guy is going to have to stand before God and say, what'd you do with my money? It's my money. They gave it to me. What did you do with it? How did you spend it? Where did you spend it? Why did you spend it? I mean, a lot of people don't want to hear about that kind of preaching. They don't want to hear the preaching of accountability. But that's lacking. It's missing. And it's going to be at the judgment seat of Christ. Time, money, whatever your position was in the family, whatever you did for God, talents, everything. Your body. Imagine God calling some woman up there Christian. I'm not talking about lost. And how much of your body did you expose to everybody to see? Give an account on that one. So, way to go. Then we departed from the river of Ahava on the 12th day of the first month to go to Jerusalem, and the hand of our God was upon us. And he delivered us from the hand of the enemy, and of such as lay in wait by the way, robbers, thief and robbers, the Arabians as the enemy. And we came to Jerusalem and abode there 3 days, took a rest, gathered everybody up, made sure everybody was okay, make sure, Now on the 4th day was the silver and the gold and the vessels weighed in the house of God by the hand of Meremoth, the son of Uriah the priest. Don't think Ezra was just a man that, when we get there we're going to weigh. No, he's not. Don't worry about it. Yes, worry about it. Yes, you better worry about it. And with him was Eleazar, or Elzaiah, the son of Phinehas, and with him was Jozbad, the son of Jeshua, and Nodiah, the son of Binnui, Levites. By number and by weight of every one, and all the weight was written at that time. The record is kept and they're checking the books. How are the books checked at the judgment seat of Christ? If it's for Christ, it's gold, silver, and precious stones. If it's for self, wood, hay, or stubble. That's how the record's checked. I mean, a lot of Christians today, there's going to be a lot of dust. So what is that song that the hymn says? Dust around the throne? That's from all the worthlessness that Christians have built up in their life. Do you ever think of heaven being dusty? But your ashes, that what you did for self, wood, hair, stubble, there are ashes in heaven at the judgment. God has written down everything He has given us, everything He has done for us, everything for us. He has written down for each individual. And when you get there, you better have, we're not going to have full weight. I mean, we're sinners. But at least have something left for a reward. People will say, well, you get in heaven, if I don't have a crown, and well, they got crowns, well, there's no envy and stuff like that. It's not going to matter. Yes, it will somehow. That's just an excuse that people make. When you're in eternity and your head is bald and someone over there has got crowns to throw at Jesus' feet, you're going to wish you could do more or could have done more, but did nothing. When for whatever happens in the millennium, when there are Christians out there who get to reign in cities, and because that person didn't want to do anything, where do they end up? You ever wondered that? If they don't get a city, where are they during the millennium? How's that for a question? Also the children of those that had been carried away, which were come out of the captivity, offered burnt offerings unto the God of Israel. So the brazen altar is there. 12 bullocks for all Israel, 96 rams, 77 lambs, 12 he-goats for a sin offering, and all this was a burnt offering unto the Lord. The burnt offering, none of it was eaten. It was all given to God, and you have a complete number there. I keep saying these with the numbers, and you got to get it down. Whatever you give God, God records. Whether it is money, whether it is time, whether it is your home, whatever it is you give to God and how much, He records the numbers. And that will be gold, silver, precious stones. Worms for sinking in the ocean, and toys and whatever junk. That's wood, hay, or stubble. And they delivered the king's commissions unto the king's lieutenants and unto the governors on this side of the river. And they furthered the people, promoted and advanced, that's what that means, and the house of God. So there were already the king's ambassadors, king lieutenants, and governors already in Jerusalem. They reported to the temple. They dropped off all that was God's stuff. They weighed it all out. And look at that. They went to the king's men and reported to them. They obeyed the powers that be. And this is probably when the decree that we read in the last chapter, he hands it over to the governor and says, this is a letter from the king. King says, how you doing? Tell the family and the honey that, he says hello. And Whatever messages, he told Ezra to tell these people. But God's business was first. So we close out on another chapter. Ezra's in the land. And boy, is he going to be unhappy. Just because the temple's built doesn't mean things are right. The Bible says that our temples are the body that God has given us. It's not the church building. It's our bodies. And not all our bodies are given to God for service.